first and foremost, got to get out the way straight away. So I missed the second half, and I knew I had to miss the second half of this game because I have to go to bed because the second half doesn't kick off till about 9 o'clock, and I get up at 2 a.m. And I've been having a horrific time recently, mainly to do with sleeping patterns and stuff like that. It's just awful. It's horrible at the moment, and it still is. It really is. Obviously, I've seen the first goal go in for Southampton within the first 2 minutes, and that was pretty much it. Now, the second thing that was just obviously it disgusts me a little bit about this performance, and having not seen the second half, when I see that we had 17 total shots, which for me is 17 total chances, or created chances, whatever it may be, and one shot on target. What is that? Now, obviously, you're seeing this at the moment coming in when you're seeing like Darlow for Newcastle having the game of his life, and then Fraser Forster comes in, who hasn't played for a long, long time, has the game of his life, and puts in a really, really good performance. The fact that we had 67% possession over the whole game, they had 33. They enjoyed more shots on target than us. We had 17 shots. They had 7 and had 3 on target. And from what I could see, they were the more dangerous team, and they fully deserved their victory. Did we deserve to get a goal? Yeah, most definitely. I've seen some of the incidents as well that VAR didn't pick up, that Andre Mariner was just letting them manhandle our players, but when it came down to us even putting a hand on a player and such like that, we were getting blown up, yellow cards, this, that and the other. Set a precedent early on that we weren't going to get anything from that game from the referee, and we didn't get anything from that game from the players either. The fact that on this app, the SofaScore app, and also on FOTMob, I think as well, that Jordan Henderson at centre-back got man of the match for Liverpool, it tells you everything. People might complain about us defensively and the fact that we had to start Jordan Henderson in defence. But what you have to look at as well is what's going on up front. What's going on up front is that he's been here less than half a season. He's currently injured at the moment. We are lost without Diogo Jota. We are completely lost and at sea without Diogo Jota. And that baffles me. Because the longer that this goes on, when we had 2 games against West Brom and Newcastle that we were supposed to win and pick up points there, and Southampton out of those 3 games was going to be the hardest one, which it was in some ways. I would actually say that West Brom on paper or on the run of play and how everything went was probably a harder game. We had more chances in this game, way more chances to put the game to bed, to actually get back into the game and maybe go on and win the game. But it's not happening for Liverpool at the moment. It's not happening for Salah, not happening for Mane, not happening for Firmino. I believe we put on Shaqiri as well, not happening for Shaqiri. It's not happening for anybody at this moment in time. And we have the FA Cup to look forward to, but I tell you my perspective of the FA Cup every single year, I couldn't care less about the FA Cup. And I never will. Unless we're cruising in the league or we're cruising in the Champions League, I 100% and unashamedly so, I don't care about the FA Cup. If we get knocked out the FA Cup by Aston Villa, thank you. Honestly, thank you. Because I don't want the extra games. I don't want the extra fixture pile-up. Don't want the extra commitment that players will need to have a little bit further down the line when we've got to combine the Premier League and the Champions League together along with the FA Cup. No, I'm all right with that, thanks. You guys have it. You're having a good season yourselves. You've beaten us 7-2 this season already. You go and have yourselves a nice cup run in the FA Cup, and we'll try and do what we can in the Premier League, and we'll do what we can in the Champions League as well. Then what comes after Aston Villa? Manchester United. Manchester United. And I tell you now, honestly, how I'm feeling now after a full day of work, where it's been horrific, like I think about an hour and a half sleep in total, it's just awful. And I know I look awful, I feel awful, and I'm probably talking awful as well in some ways or what. I'm not keeping track of what I'm saying, I'm not being rude or anything like that. I am fully aware. But I am not looking forward to that Manchester United game, and I honestly feel that we'll get beat. That is how I feel at this moment in time. I truly feel that we'll get beat, and I'm going to have to see something from Liverpool between now and the Man United game that's going to turn around to me and say, we're going to win that game, we're going to go on and comfortably win that game, or we're going to be competitive in that game. I don't know what is going on at Liverpool at the moment. I don't know what has happened between Crystal Palace and every game since then. I don't understand what is going on. When you go and have big victories against Tottenham, where you win 2-1 against a team that was up there challenging, and then you go and have that absolutely beautiful performance against Crystal Palace. I don't know what has dropped off since then. Are we now truly feeling the effects of Van Dijk's absence? Maybe. What I saw in that first half against Southampton was a complete lack of control. We didn't see any sort of control. The one criticism I will have about Jurgen Klopp putting Jordan Henderson at centre-back is you lose the qualities of Jordan Henderson in midfield. Now, we've already lost the qualities of Fabinho in midfield, but he's made up for it in some ways. Not that he had to make up for it, but his performances at the back were absolutely commanding. And I just, all right, you can understand it. Fabinho looks like if we were going to have to put in, someone in defence from the midfield to cover, it would have been Fabinho, first and foremost. And he's took to it like a duck to water, to be fair. Excuse my cat, she's just getting comfortable on the radiator. It's that kind of day. No, you don't want the radiator? No, that's fine. She's chilling out on the floor, having a flop, which is exactly what I'm going to do after this video because I need to sleep. I really do. Then I look at the bench. Okay, now obviously we can have a 9-man bench right now. We are still only using 2 substitutions. I know we can only use 3. We can only use 2 substitutions. What annoys me about the fact of having to put Jordan Henderson at centre-back, as soon as I saw that in the team news, I assumed, well, someone must be injured, then we must, Nat Phillips, or something must be wrong with those 2 guys. No. They're on the bench. Reece Williams, Nat Phillips, both on the bench. So then I start looking at it going, what's the play here? What's the idea? Why are we not going with a recognised, yes, a young centre-back? Why are we not going with one of them who, it's not Jordan Henderson's fault, that free kick at the start of the game. That's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and that's Alisson's fault. Alisson for positioning, Trent Alexander-Arnold pretty much for positioning as well and not picking up on what could have happened. 2 mistakes by 2 players that are experienced. Nothing to do with Jordan Henderson, in my opinion. However, why couldn't we put Reece Williams or Nat Phillips partnering Fabinho, which is what we've been doing pretty much all season? That I don't understand. I'm not understanding that. And don't talk to me about rotation in this one, because we could be rotating for the FA Cup, the Aston Villa game. Totally understand that. So you use one or the other. Reece Williams or Nat Phillips partners Fabinho. Then you get the qualities of Jordan Henderson, who can help you run the midfield. All that dynamism, all that energy that you get from Jordan Henderson, and also the cover that Trent Alexander-Arnold gets and Andy Robertson gets, and also moving the ball forward and moving it through midfield, battling back, you still get those qualities from Jordan Henderson. We lost that as soon as you put Henderson at centre-back, and then I see these 2, Reece Williams and Nat Phillips, on the bench. It annoys me because I don't understand why that has been allowed to happen. And then later on in the game, James Milner comes on for Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Nico Williams is on the bench. If you're wanting someone that's going to get up and down the pitch, Milner's brilliant at it, just not the quickest. Didn't have a great time doing it either. Nico Williams, on the other hand, has got a good bit of pace about him, maybe a little bit naive with his defensive responsibilities, but he'll get up and down the pitch a lot better and a lot quicker than a Milner will. And then I look at the rest of the bench. Shaqiri came on. Curtis Jones sat there, didn't come on. Minamino, what is happening with Minamino at the moment? Because we're having too many times at this moment in time. I've said time too many times. We're having too many times right now where Firmino, Firmino is just not doing it. Not doing it. Gets on the end of chances and fluffs them. Yes, he's had a good couple of goals this season, and that's great. It's fantastic. And I am being hypercritical of Liverpool at the moment because it's deserved, in my opinion. It is deserved, fully. So where is Minamino as an option to be like, okay, you haven't performed in the last couple of games. I'm going to sit you on the bench. Minamino, you come in. Or Shaqiri, you come in. Divock Origi, you come in. No one can tell me in attack that we don't have options to change things up. We do not have to keep going. Yes, Diogo Jota's out injured, but he's not the only option as an attacker. You can't tell me at this moment in time that no one is thinking we need to get someone else into that front three to do something a little bit different, bring something a little bit different. Because at the moment, the front three, West Brom was the last time we scored? I've had 2 blanks. I can't believe that we came out of this game with 17 shots and 1 on target. I cannot believe that. Honestly. Southampton are a good team. And I truly feared coming up against Southampton. I fear coming up against anybody right now. We draw 1-1 with West Brom, and then I see them get pasted 5-0 and 4-0 by Leeds and Arsenal. Damn. What the hell? And then Newcastle. Pretty sure Newcastle got pasted as well. And I can't remember who it was by. And I look at these games and I'm like, what's going wrong with us? Having loads of possession, great, fantastic. Creating loads of chances, fantastic. Not hitting the target, not hitting the back of the net. That is the story right now. We have deficiencies in defence, which we're hoping that we're going to be able to address in the January window. But believe me, hand on heart, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Liverpool are going to go out and do business in January. I really don't. They recalled someone, Morgan Boys or something from Fleetwood or something like that. He played 4 games there while he was on loan, and they were happy for him to be recalled to Liverpool. Is that it? Is that going to be our move in the January window, to bring someone who barely played for Fleetwood and have him as cover? So we have deficiencies in defence, but last night wasn't the defence's fault. You can turn around and say, yes, Fraser Forster and their defence had a good game. You don't have 17 shots without somehow being able to create some form of a chance and only have 1 shot on target, which I believe was Mane's shot, which wasn't a very good shot. It was kind of like a quite a weak shot, if anything. I'm frustrated. I'm pretty sure the team is probably frustrated as well. And I'm hoping that something different comes out of this, because there was such a lack of control throughout what I saw of that match. And I'm pretty sure, apparently we had a bright start to the second half, but after that, not a great deal. Not a great deal really happened, sort of just fizzled out, and you just felt it. Once that free kick went in 2 minutes, and then 10 minutes after that, I'd said to myself, I was like, we're not going to get back into this. We're not even going to draw the game. Because you could feel how the team was playing, how Southampton were playing, how they were closing us down so quick. They were so quick to press. They were basically doing what we used to do really, really well. And they were just better than us last night in that respect. Take possession stats and all that sort of stuff out of it, because talk about possession all day long. Arsenal from 07 to 2014, 2015, loads of possession, but they would lose matches. That is where we are right now. And I'll finish on this. Yes, we need to address our defence. I think a little bit, I don't think people have really truly realised, how bad defensively we were before Van Dijk came in. When Van Dijk came in, it was a revelation. It was an absolute revelation, a complete 180 to what we were. Because defensively, we were mostly abysmal. Whether it was Agger and Skirtle, or whether it was to Lovren, and whoever else we had at the back, I can barely remember, honestly. To whatever defenders and like Clavan and such like that. And when you have then Gomez and Van Dijk, it's different. It's different levels. It's different gravy, as they would say. However, our issues right now are in the system, playing the 4-3-3, and the attackers just not being able to find a way through. Cannot find a way through for love nor money. We're certainly not going to go out there and buy an attacker, and hopefully Jota, fingers crossed, might be back at some point in January, which could help us so much, because that man is a live wire. He's a danger in front of goal, and I've loved seeing him play since he came to Liverpool, but I don't know what the answer is. I can be as critical as I like, because I'm a fan, and I want my team to be doing well. I appreciate we can't be doing well every single game. We're not going to run away with the league like we did last year. If I'm being completely honest, like I was, I think, near the start of the season, we are in a top four race. We might be sat top of the league on goal difference right now, but we're in a top four race because of our injuries, because of the way we've been playing. I don't know whether we've been completely found out and we just don't have a way to answer back to it. I don't know. We're going to have to see some sort of reaction soon. Otherwise, our season, there's not a lot of points between all the teams in the top half. There just isn't a lot of points between any of them. So it really is the season where it could be anyone's season to be the champions, be in the top four, or to be that team that drops out of it. And God forbid we end up being the team that drop out of it. I'm going to leave it there. Anyway, I could talk for days at the moment, but I need to sleep. I really do need to sleep. I'm really struggling, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that there for now. When it gets nearer to the time of doing the Aston Villa game and stuff like that, I'll do the preview and such like that and what I'm expecting in terms of personnel, players available and such like that. But yeah, probably going to take a day or two, hopefully in the next couple of days or something like that, depending on what happens. Should have a new camera and such in a different setup, won't just be sat in the kitchen or like upstairs and stuff like that. Should have my actual studio setup ready to go. So yeah, thank you ever so much for watching these videos. It's not a very positive video. I appreciate that. Anyone that sits all the way through this. I'm not being abusive. I'm giving you my thoughts and points of view. I can't find a positive. I just can't. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please do take care, and I'll catch you later.